So, hi everyone. It's been a while since I did one of these, isn't it? But yeah, I thought, why not do another stream, design stream, this time programming. So, what are we gonna do to be programming? I've added a few new features from last patch. And, well, we gotta actually, I basically made sure that the database infrastructure is there so that we can actually implement it. Let's start with the narrative tag. This is a new tag that will allow you to search for features that affect roleplay, narrative momentum, and cinematic actions. So I already have we will have to go through all the search lists and so on. So yeah, I'm just gonna open all of them, and let's start with abilities. So first of all, those traits. So just let's, as you can see. Oh, I guess not here. 1 second. Preview tab, right. We have here the ability category. So first we have to add the role categories. Today, reading. Isn't it a great start? So let's look for the roles. These are headline role. There we go. And so we have the crafting. So we can kind of just copy paste this to get the other box and replace all the instances of crafting with narrative. Let's copy paste that. Narrative. All right. Next up, how about we search for crafting? There should be an array here somewhere. There we go, the roles. We gotta expand this one. Same here with the role names. Narrative. And I think that's it. Let's check it out if this works. Okay, we got the narrative. Let's search for it. Some equipment, omen, uncover legend, improvise. Yep. There aren't as many like narrative abilities because, like I said, narrative. Huh. Just realized. But I guess Divine Avatar also works with narratives as it guarantees roles for cinematic actions. That's why I put it in narrative. But yeah. Alright, first one seems to be working just fine. That's good news. Let's just make a quick check that it doesn't introduce like any other weird errors. Seems to be working fine. Alright. Save. close it. Yeah. Okay, page updated. Excellent. What is up, my dude? Hi, Carl. What is up? We are doing some programming for the website, you know. Currently, with the last patch, I added a new tag to pretty much everything to simplify the search. The narrative tag, so you can find stuff related to narrative momentum, cinematic actions, and just roleplay in general. Most of those hatches were marked for all roles, or almost all roles, and it made it kind of clunky to search for that, so I thought it would make sense to add it. And I've already added it to the abilities, and I think we're gonna get pretty quickly through this, but that's not the only thing we've got to program today. I rebalanced the mercenary, and I still haven't updated the numbers that are calculated in the background, so I need to do that. But one thing after the other. So let's see, where was it? Roles. Wait, that's new. There we go. Yeah. So we got our checkpoint, checkbox. I mean, and let's go with lesser talents. Crafting. Oops, that's not. There we go. Adding the checkbox for narrative, and here I think we can also, I think it makes sense to do one after the other, just adding the box by greater talents, lesser talents. Traits do not have roles, right? Yeah, they do not, but upgrades do. So let's get this one quickly. Alright, now that we've added the box everywhere, we might as well expand the roles everywhere. So, did put there, and there. Pretty easy programming so far. Oh wait, no, this is... And now the role name. Narrative. Yeah, now like commenting over copy pasting isn't as exciting, but yeah, this stuff has to get done. And let's tell us. There we go. Editing. Now let's see if that was enough. We've got the narrative, we're searching, action hero, alien knowledge, extended arsenal, favored by faith, field rest. Yep, these seem to be correct. For the sake of maintainability, I'd consider generating those checkboxes off a list of objects. I see you have experience with programming. Yeah. To a degree, you're correct, but I mean, I've already done them, so and I don't really have to edit them that often. If this was a more edit-intensive area, I would fully agree, or if I was building them from the ground up. To be fair, I had to do a lot of self-teaching when it came to all this web development, so I'm not necessarily always using the industry standard or the best versions. And again, if I was building that from the ground up, that would be probably a good idea, but yeah, most of it is already built. I don't really change it much, like adding a new box that happens once a year at most. Kind of nice to have than a necessary thing. Yeah, you're right, nice to have, but yes. Okay, we've got lesser talent working, so let's continue with greater talents. Did I save? I don't think I've saved. There we go. Close. Greater. Aha, fair. Yeah. And let's see. Narrative, analysis master, archetype, beyond human, artist, craftsmanship, cinematic utility. Yep. Does seem to be working. Excellent. Oh yeah, that's another thing I have to change. I have a check that if it has all the roles, it automatically changes it up with any. But wait a second. I thought that would work automatically when. Well, let me just look for any. Oh no, I did. Yeah, this would make sense to have it from a list, right? You know what? I'm gonna reprogram this so that this actually works off the list. Might as well do that. Okay, so roll. Wait. Yeah, let's go with full roll string equals empty string. And then we have, what was it again? For each. Oh, I actually have a just 4. How did those? I think it's cleaner if I always forget how to do those. Don't I have a example in this code? I think it was for each. Oh, there we go. For each. Yep, I want to copy you. There we go. And where was the any? Full string, yeah. We want role name. Yeah. Yeah, for each role name, then we go like role name equals role name plus value. Let's, yeah, we need to add a but we gotta be careful, because if we just do it like that, we will have to, it will generate with the comma right in front of the first. So let's just add an if index unequal 0, then do this. But wait, that's the wrong roll string. There we go. And oh wait, delete else. Yeah. Just go full roll string equals value. If it's an array, you shouldn't be able to do. Oh, I did not know that, and not worry about trailing commas. Okay, I'll try that one out. So let's get the join. Role name should be empty space comma. You know, that's, you know, all these tools, if nobody tells you and if you're self-taught, you always get so oh yeah, and then if roll string equals to full roll string, there we go, replace it with any. So let's see how well this works. Narrative. Any weapon. Huh? Wait. Oh, wait. I did new releases, not narrative. I got confused. Ah, nice. Seems to be working. Excellent. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Without the for each, obviously. Yeah, I did remove the for each, right? Yeah. It's been a while since I programmed it. I'm mostly self-taught, but I started in 96. Yeah, so I have a bit of a head start. Yeah, that's definitely a big head start. I started self-teaching myself like 4 years ago, maybe. Thank you very much for sharing your wisdom. Okay, but where did I put the any now? Oh yeah, here. Looking good. So, but that means okay, abilities. I don't think they have a role. Yeah, so I don't need to replace that. But we definitely want to add this new technology to the lesser talents. As well as do save for these two. Roll. Full roll string, yeah. Jump to any. You built a pretty cool website application, so you're doing good. Thank you. But yeah, always if somebody with professional experience usually takes a look, they are like, how did you make this work? Like Trek Heroes, I once showed him a bit, and he was like, just basically, wait a second, you just hard-coded the entire character sheet? He was like shocked and impressed at the same time. But yeah, rebuilding everything from the ground up with all these fancy new things to make it more modular. You know, I think that would be work that wouldn't really, like, once it's already built, it doesn't help that much anymore. It would have been nice to know back then when I started. You'd be shocked at what goes into professional code too, so no shame. Oh yeah. I've heard stories. Oh yeah, right. Lesser talents. I think I can close this one. Huh? Thought I had saved you. You're saving. Oh wait, let me just double check that these are really okay. Lesser talents, edit. Yeah, copy paste. Again, I accidentally pressed new release instead of narrative. Any. Okay, extended arsenal. Excellent. Yes. Then save this. Trades we rolling do not have the traditional rolls, but upgrades do. So let's continue with upgrades. Do I? Yes, I do have. First of all, does upgrades have the any? Yeah, does. Yeah. Ha. Wait a second. What did I do here? Why do I have two? Utility crafting. There's one that's transform. Ha. Why did I? I guess because they're. But you know what? I'm gonna replace it anyway with any. Easy enough. But yeah, the other stuff. Did I put it in? Wait. Narrative. Yeah. And I think I also put it in there. Okay, excellent. So copy paste. Upgrades. Narrative. Yeah, that's, I think, because there are a lot of features that are basically good for everything other than transformation. That's why I. And then you have these huge blocks. Is there a way how I can? Maybe I do like a double check. Any? Maybe if this or roll string equals full role string. It was called replace, right? Replace. Transform. With nothing. Are you sure jQuery or something like that? What do you mean with I know what jQuery is, but so are you sorry, I misread the question. Are you using jQuery or something like that? Yes, I am using jQuery, at least partially. For example, the loading in the data is done via jQuery. But I guess I don't know that much about jQuery, so I see use JavaScript for a lot of stuff that I could probably replace with jQuery stuff. Yeah. Why do you have a jQuery cheat for this check? Or something? Okay, I think this should work. Let's test it out. Narrative search. Huh. Why aren't maybe I'm wrong and these are not all the roles. Yeah, crafting is missing here. Yeah, that's why it's still there. But I think we do have less blocks. Decelerator, for example, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess for some, it's still like a lot, so. Wait a second, why are you... It's, let's compare the lists. Give me a second. So we got melee weapon user, ranged weapon user. Oh yeah, right, it doesn't have defensive because this specifically makes your defenses weaker. Okay, so it seems to be working. Excellent. Just trying to understand what you're working with. So what I'm working with, I'm using WordPress with custom HTML, and again, I do have a jQuery plugin for WordPress, so I can use jQuery. And this mostly works, yeah, I kind of hard-coded the whole HTML thing that you said I should automize with a list. And it basically loads in all the data I need. For example, the upgrade data here, and also keyword data and status effects needed for the highlights, right? That's the keyword data. Yeah, and then it basically just triggers a filter. So going through all the tags here and filtering by the stuff. It's still like relatively basic. I, for example, do not have a feature to order them differently. It gets the job done. Exactly, it gets the job done. And I mean, I only have so much time, right? I've got, you know, the full-time job plus the tabletop RPG development plus trying to get YouTube videos out and trying to get all the tech working. It's a lot. So I'm doing my best and it gets the job done. Yes, just keeping everything together with duct tape. But yeah, okay, upgrades are working. Excellent. Let's save that up. And next on the list, yes, creatures and vehicles also got the new tag. Is there anything else? I don't think building. Sorting is pretty straightforward in jQuery. We can jam it on Discord sometime if you like. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that offer. Yeah, sure. If you think it's that easy. You know, a lot of this stuff is easy if you know how to do it, right? The main problem is you don't know how to do it. If I have somebody who knows how to do it, that would be awesome. Yeah, one of these days, I would love to take a look at it together. But yeah, okay, creatures. There we go. Yeah. Yes, I need the creature code. I think it's faster. Yeah. Website, HTML code. Wait, I think it's just, yeah. Creature and vehicle search. Open up. Oh, I did already have the creature search here. Or did I? Oh, wait, these are the whole print options. I'm just gonna crafting. That's our roll. That's not the first one, but I mean, might as well add them here. Narrative. I mean, I might just use the same copy and just change the end, right? I think that would be faster. And next up here, the checkbox. Oh, I should have done. Oh, let's. Do I have like the any filter? No, I don't. Not. I do not have that one. Yeah, thought as much. Like there isn't really a creature that has all the roles in them, so I don't really see. So I don't really have that replaced. Plus, now that I mention it, I don't think that the roles are even shown. You can just filter by them. Narrative. I think it should just be the hack. Yeah, the swamp hack. To simulate all the weird magic that the hack does, I built her around cinematic actions, which, for context, are pretty much the rule of cool. Do whatever you want, just make a skill check, and if the GM says it's okay, you can do it, right? Right, and you have a lot of stuff in here. So, yeah, seems to be working. Good. And now, just adding. Do I have? No. Crafting. Narrative. And just replacing the n is faster than copy pasting it. Again, there we go. I'm did I? Yeah, I think I did save. Excellent. And oh yeah, there's one place missing where I still have to add the narrative tag. I almost forgot. I'm pretty sure there do not exist any narrative vehicles so far. Yeah, there are only 7 anyway, and or were there 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Yeah, like a narrative creature is a very specific type of creature. Like you said, like you've seen with the creatures, I have like over 170, and there's only one narrative creature. But all right, save that up. Probably should clean up a bit. We don't need all of this open. And yes, the one place I still have to edit is in the archetype page. But here it's a bit more complicated. I think it's spread out. Oh, oh, you didn't know how many sub-archetypes I had? Or what's the wow about? Yeah, they are like 214 currently. At least 21 per archetype. There are 10 total. And yeah, we've got Bulwark for like defensive stuff and just being in the middle of combat. Creative is the classic Charisma, Jack of all trades, inspiring allies, debuffing enemies. Cunning, classic rogue stuff. Sub-archetypes, yeah, you had mentioned. Okay, so you do know. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff in here. But okay, let's go back to programming. So, as I was saying, the code is a bit split apart. So I think it's fill in, right? Is this archetype drop down? I think, yeah, yeah, that's the one. So let's go back to, first of all, adding the checkbox. And adding it here. And then I need the custom HTML code. Was it the archetype JavaScript? I think it was archetype JavaScript. Crafting, yeah. Here it is. Wait a second, this... Do I have all the roles here? It seems like... Crafting... They seem to be all there. Okay, back to adding this. And narrative, okay. And if we add that one down here. Oh yeah, that's a war table here. Now it should be working. We've got the narrative and hero. Yep, that is correct. Dynamic duo, Gamla, multi-talent, polymath, expert, noble, specialist. Yep, it's working. Excellent. And now we officially got the new tech. Woohoo! Oh. Alrighty then. Time to fix up the weapon master. For that we will need the character builder. Oops, I went too far. HTML code. Sheets. Open them all up. Woo! Indeed, woohoo. Okay. Let me take a look. I think I've written down everything. Oh yeah, right. I also these I have to add. I should really clean this up because I'm not sure I've. But these two are new. I definitely still have to implement those. And yeah, but let's start with the weapon master. And also I should probably save all these and yeah. Let's clean up a bit. Okay, so not armor, I mean mercenary. Oh no, wait. Tools of war. Yeah, I think yeah, they are named after the feature, not the sub archetype. So I'm pretty sure. Yes. All right, let's just take a look at the mercenary just to be sure. Right, it's currently filtered by a narrative. Mercenary. Okay, tools of warfare. There we go. Right, I switched it up so that inventory weight of 8 instead of 6. So base division. Yeah. I think this is all I need to do. Did I implement it? And yeah, I have implemented. So here, yeah, mercenary for context is a sub-archetype of the war archetype that becomes stronger the more weapons you're carrying around. They are all about just having the right weapon for each situation. And it turns out that we're a bit too strong. I have a player who plays in mercenary in a campaign currently, and their weapons attack were absolutely devastating. So, you know, just fine-tuning the numbers a bit should get it back on track. So But yeah, let's test it out with the online character sheet. So, let's see. Yeah, let's take him. Switch you to war? A good question. How many? He has 3 weapons, and they have a combined weight of 3, 6, and 9. So it should, everything should, damage should go +1, and hit should go +1. Once I switch them. Or mercenary. Yep, the numbers went up. We don't have any errors. Excellent, it's working. So I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna copy paste the others once we're done with the other upgrades. And I just remembered something. Somebody in my Discord group suggested to add like static numbers with the with like per level and flat buff, because many make the mistake, they think the values of the archetypes and so on are not automatically calculated in, and then they are like, oh, war gets 7, so I'm putting here 7, but this is in addition to the baseline, and now they have double vitality and they're surprised. If I put a static number here and like the 0 next to it, then it should make it easier. But before I add that, yeah, I should probably get these working first. Okay, Psychology Master, what did you do again that I had to adjust? Psychology? How do you write psychology again? Okay, whatever, Master. Let's do it. Be psychology. You can add half of your psychology. I think I didn't actually change the greater talent. I just realized it's not calculated automatically, and it should be able to be calculated automatically. So, all right, psychology. Thank you. Tiny bit too late, but thank you. So let's jump to status. No, I mean skill check. It's too much code. I had to put it all in one file because I don't know if I didn't find a way to like split it up into different classes in WordPress without putting the code somewhere where it gets deleted every time I update WordPress. So I had to put the entire character sheet in one file. That's like 7,500 lines of code. I think if I just skills, oh, that's DR skills. There we go. Where are you used? If I just look at all of them, I should find. This is the oh yeah. Ouch! Indeed, ouch! It's not my fault. I know what it means to split up the code. I just found a way to do it in WordPress. You need to keep it in the content folder in WordPress. Ah, okay. Interesting. I'm gonna write this down in my notes. First of all, I can delete these. Content folder WordPress. Because I could simplify a lot of code if I had like one place where I could edit it. Theme and VP folders can be affected by updates. So it can be overwritten by an update. Okay. That is important. Because that's what I heard. That the folders where you can put it in, where you can pull the information from the entire website, that it it could be overwritten whenever you update something. But yeah, that's. I mean, I guess I could still, I do have a copy of all the code always here, right? It's not just on the website, so I can have the code ready, and when I update it, just checking the code, and if it's gone, just copy paste it in there quickly. Got to the work. Content is safe. Anything else? VP internal stuff or not? Ah, okay. So content. Did I? So I can. So there is a content folder that is safe. Good to know. Maybe in this winter, when got all this free time around Christmas, maybe I'll rework the entire code to make it more efficient for the future. That will be a huge project. But there are a lot of functions that I keep reusing. For example, for all these search options, or all the character sheet, the creature builder, and so on. If I could have them externally, it would be far easier to manage. And you saw this, right? Like I had to update the array with the role tags in every single one of them. If I can outsource that one, that would make it a lot easier. And then it would also make sense to implement what you suggested earlier, would automatically generate them if the array can be updated outside of that. Kind of an annoyance to update it every time you upgrade, though. Don't do repetitive work you don't need to do. Repetitive manual work. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a look at that at the end of the month, if I've got the time. Because that would definitely make it way easier to update stuff. Okay, where was I? Alright, skills. Yeah, checking where the skills are being used. This is build all. Yes, I think this is where we are actually calculating the skills. So, yeah, special. If special psychology master. Oh yeah, right. I also have to expand the special background variable. Was it? I think. Yes. Psychology master. It's not being used for anything else, right? No. So if we have that, then base skill value. Wait. Maybe. Okay, let's take a look at the all the logic here before I accidentally put it somewhere where it doesn't belong. So here we get the stat of the skill, the stat bonus of the skill. Then after we've got the stat, which is half of that is added to the skill level, then we get a base skill value. Yes, so I think that's just the skill level. Skill modifiers. Oh yeah, that's the manual skill modifiers, and then we load in if there's any features that affect the stat bonus or the skill level. Skill mod features. Yes, and this is where we start piling bonuses on top of that. So What we need to increase is the skill mod feature in case of Psychology Master and it being the correct skill. And then the skill mod, yeah, is added on top of the skill value later. Okay. We cracked the code. And which means we also, if we take a look at Psychology Master, the half of the psychology skill level is added to persuasion, presence, deception, and grace skill checks. So we gotta filter by are we even at that skill. I think it would be more efficient if I just check for the index. Yes, Psychology Master. Guess you're wondering, for some reason, if I use the and symbol, the this one, WordPress doesn't read it and gets an error and it's thrown out of whack. So whenever I need a logical and symbol, I have to basically do like the double negative or option instead, which makes the code definitely less readable, but it's not my fault. So okay, that means we want it to be true that it's we got Psychology Master and one of the skills is, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's very weird. I was so confused why the code didn't work the first time, and then I just oh, for some reason, like I tried so much stuff to just add the and symbol, and at some point I was like, okay, fine, I just do like the logical inverse version with the or. So yes, so we want if psychology is true and one of these, the skill is one of these 4 skills. So that's an and but within. So we got everything negative and both sides negative. Okay. So then we got index equals and this goes with 4 checks. 1, 2, 3. We just have to find out what index they have. If we take a look at the character sheet directly, we can. It was the first one. Oh, let's just click here. So okay, persuasion. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3. So we have 23. 23. Then the next one was 24. And it's like deception and wait a second. Deception is with D. Grace is also. That's what I get for not sorting them alphabetically in this skill. In the greater talent. Oh well. So I guess deception is in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the other one was grace. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, oops, that's the wrong one. 10. So if it's any of these skills, and we've got Psychology Master, then I need the base skill. Wait, which one was? Yeah, base skill value is the level. So parse int. Yeah. Add to skill mod feature. psychology value C. The thing is, the skill that technically, if there's something that increases your psychology level beyond your normal, but that's pretty rare. Wait, but I think the multi-talent can do something like that. Let's take a look at the multi-talent to see if it's really necessary. Otherwise, I think we can skip that extra feature because it's so niche. But yeah, multi-talent. You cannot. The skill level actually increases by 1. This cannot. No, it does influence it, doesn't it? Dang it. I cannot just read the psychology value because we're just actively calculating all the values. So maybe I mean, I guess try something new and jack of all trades. Do I really have to do like a double check on? Come on, let me think if there's like a cleaner way of doing that other than repeating all these checks in here specifically for psychology. So this is like the calculator level. It's not the final calculator, but we cannot rely on psychology being done because it's actually the last of them. Base skill. And that bonus of skill level modifier. I guess we can just... Okay, for this we can just add background value and... wait. Is it just called psychology modifier or is it psychology skill modifier? I think it's just psychology mod. Let's just take a look at... Oh, there are too many mods. Let me think for a second. I mean, I guess we can just... Should be around here somewhere, right? Yes. Skills, right. When it's added, it's... just psychology. Okay. So, it should just be a psychology modifier. And now we have like the super niche case of multi-talent. I guess we have to add those. There's no way around it. No matter how annoying it is. So okay, let's put this in a separate value. Just call it like psychology level. At least we will really only do the double checking in case we have psychology master. So it's not gonna just overload the system. I mean, okay, such a simple check doing it twice would overload the system anyway, but still, there are people with all computers in there. We don't want to put any unnecessary double checking. And yeah, I guess we just copy paste the code for the multi-talent. For the super niche case that you have psychology master plus multi-talent, and for some reason haven't maxed out psychology. For some weird reason. So, if wait, where do I get? Huh? What's true max skill? Ah, like that's a maximum skill level. Okay, so we leave that. And oh, wait a second, that's the wrong one. Almost. So psychology level. Okie dokie. So yeah, let's try it out. So we've got Wilhelm. He's got a probably doesn't have a high psychology level. 0. Let's put in 3 in there. And yeah, persuasion, presence, that's currently at nothing. So, or not nothing, but yeah. Maybe let's go to level 3. So now, yeah. So we get a noticeable +2 instead of just +1. Now we add psychology level. I mean, it's the psychology master. Ugh. Too much stuff. Psychology? No, I guess no, yeah. PS. Yeah, the problem is psychic. There we go. At. It's, yeah. And if we look over here, we see I forgot to have the bonus. That is too much. Well, let's check if we got the correct ones. We've got persuasion, presence, grace, and deception. Okay. So it technically works. The value is just a tiny bit too big. Okay. Okay, all of you needs to get halved. And then math has to be rounded down. It was Florida, right? I think it was Florida, right? Rounding down. All right, let's try this again. So now, yeah, now we get +2, as it should be. And just to be sure, let's see if it rounds down correctly. So if we go to psychology 3, the bonus should only be 1 now. Yes, it works. Excellent. So, I think we just gotta copy paste this code into the creature sheet. And wait, what can we look at? If we search for this, I think should be easy enough to. Huh? No, is it? Can I like? There we go. Just making sure that I copy paste. And here, one, voila, jumping right to the code, adding it here, and vehicles, adding it here. Now for physical, that's an item, new item thing. An upgrade that turns your weapon into a weapon that only deals physical damage. Which, for some reason, I forgot to add. Like, we've got upgrades that make it elemental, mystic, reality, psychic damage, but yeah, they are weapons that default-wise do not deal physical damage. Maybe you want to turn those into a physical weapon, right? So, there should be a upgrade. Mental? Special upgrade variables, exactly. Here we can add physical. Let's copy paste that, and I think we continue. If what exactly? Update item values. Oh yeah. I think we can pretty much just copy paste the code and just. I wonder, since we have this code so many times, is there a possibility to just make a function out of it. But I don't think so, because I mean, I guess we could add an array to it, or just have like, yes, I think we can turn these into just a separate function if we give this, or if it includes elemental, replace element. If it includes mystic, replace mystic. Okay, so let's turn this into a function. Wait, I'm still not outside of the function, am I? That's, yes. Let's make a function out of this one. Function. So we've got new feature. Wait, not new feature. New damage type, then old damage. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make it 1, 2, and 3. I could also make an array, but does it really save me that much more time if I 2 and 3? So if that is not, there we go. Why do I, oh yeah, the function name. Replace weapon damage type. So basically put the new one right here, and all damage type 1, all damage type 2. Wait, that's not supposed to happen like this. And I think I'm just gonna 3 and 3. And else, if weapon feature does not contain anything, and then yeah, new damage type. Voila! Why didn't I think of this earlier? One should not repeat code if not necessary. So if we go back here, I can just, is it special psychic? So we just go new damage type psychic and give me alt elemental mystic reality. And then we just copy paste this in different orders with the damage types. Reality, mystic, elemental. Wait a second, I just realized if it's a physical weapon, we don't add a new keyword in, we just remove them. So I guess it's still good that we're replacing all these codes for the other ones, but for physical we need our own thing. Unless, wait, right, for physical I could just replace new element with empty, and I should still be able to use it. Good to know. But okay, let's ensure that we've got the correct order. This is reality, so reality's gotta be the first one. Then for and delete. Here we've got Mystic, so Mystic is the first one. The code is so much cleaner now. I mean, I'm not quite done yet, but okay. And this is elemental, so elementals has gotta be the first one. And now let's add one for physical. Physical. And let's see if this works. Wait a second. It still doesn't work because for physical, I've got to replace all 4 of the keywords. 2 is not enough. I guess if we make an array out of it and we just make a for each for the array, it could still work. And I don't have to duplicate the code. Which would... okay, so instead... we make the alt damage for each, and I keep forgetting how the for each is always done. Function value index. There we go. Okay, so now we basically just go with value of index right, and replace doesn't do anything if it doesn't include anything, so we should be able to just ignore it. Okay, but how do we do this last step to recognize that we have to add it if it doesn't have anything? Maybe we do a second for each where we just... if we do that... how? If is there maybe a function with which we can see, does this string contain any of this array? Let me take let me do some googling if we can find something. JavaScript check if string contains any value from array. Check if string contains this is the one with the check mark. Problem solved. They make a whole... so it's not really like a quick and easy solution. I would have to... can you give me an example of the string and input? The string would be something like... let me... command character sheet. Here, like the properties. And... you have to run a loop and do includes. Yeah, I was hoping that there might be a way without a loop, but yes, you're right. So, I knew of the loop and includes option. Just we're hoping there was an easy one. Okay, so var contains. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I can just be like, if weapon contains value index, then replace it, and we put in like a boolean here, contains alt damage false, and we that's not how you write false. There we go. And now if it finds one, we also set this to true, and then just at the very end, if contains all damage untrue, then do this. Yes. Now we don't have to do 2 loops. Excellent. But yeah, we're gonna turn this into just 1, which will be an array. We're going here, so putting you guys into an array. There we go. And yes, I guess we do a here, and we've got to add the 4th one, elemental. All right, let's test this out. Let's keep the console open just in case we get an error. So, right, the one-handed sword is a physical weapon, so how about we add elemental weapon to see if the old systems still work. And we get an error. Great. So what's your problem, mister? And it's I mean, it was going too smoothly, right? Too few bugs. There had to be something coming up. So, okay, what seems to be your problem? Weapon? Ah, of course, I haven't shared the weapons features string with it. So it's trying to get a string that it doesn't know what it is. That is a very obvious problem, which is easy enough to fix. Oops, no, that was the wrong one. Events features. Here we go. All damage. Let's try this again, shall we? So now, no, but still, it should. It's not working. There should be, yeah, one-handed sword. Elemental, you give the elemental property. There should be elemental there. Okay, let's check it out. What went wrong, mister? So, new damage is elemental. Old damage is psychic, mystic, or reality. So it should not find any, and skip to contains all damage. False. So which means it should try to, if it's empty, then weapon features, new. Wait, weapons features is empty. Huh. So that should elemental. Okay. And now, did this get... It did not get updated. Okay, so I have to return the string so it gets updated. Noted. So, I think I can just do return. Return weapon feature. And go to replace weapons. And just put weapon features equals everywhere. Strings is one of those objects that doesn't like get copied over. Gotta return it. So, but now it should work. Elemental, there we go. Excellent. And now let's add a that's a symbol, which is a mystic weapon. It has mystic. All right, let's add physical weapon. Yeah. Physical, psychological. I'll just physical weapon. And so it has physical weapon, and it should remove the... First of all, why does this say music? What happened? And it also removed like the A in two-handed. What's going on here? Let's take a look, shall we? This is still the elemental, right, which worked. So now we are at the second one, physical. Does it contain all damage, which weapons features has mystic. Which psychic it does not contain, but it does contain mystic, which should place. Huh? Oh, it's not value in the, like the value is already filtered by the index. Always these stupid little mistakes. And the other one worked because it didn't have to replace the value. Okay, let's try this one more time. It sure to work this time, right? I guess it sort of worked, but now we have this ugly like comma, empty space, comma. Oh, how do we? I mean, I guess we could. In this specific case, because it's replaced with something empty, I think we can make like. And there should always be like at least one beforehand, right? Does this work? Question mark. So inventory. Okay, now it looks good. Okay, yeah, this works. Finally. So Yes, let's just save up the online character sheet. And this time I'm actually going to delete this though. And I know it says updating failed, but it does update. Why doing value in... Yeah, it was a mistake. An error on my part. Also, hi, Darshit, or however you pronounce that. It was a mistake. I thought of like the array old damage, and that's why I made like use the index of this array. But the for each, the value that's already that value. So basically, I kind of like double read the index, which cause it was obviously wrong. It's been a while since I programmed JavaScript. It's I'm gonna try to do that more often now, and then hopefully I won't do such stupid. Wait a sec. Oh, it still has the index. Yeah. Okay. Now it should work. Okay. I need to update that quickly again. Yeah. Okay. Save. There we go. As I was saying, this says updating failed, but that's not true. It does update. I don't know why it always says it failed with update specifically with the character sheet. Maybe because I have too much code, but it does update. As you can see, this works just fine. Okay, let's replace the code in... yes, I think let's start with... replace this, copy paste this code, and search for this line of code, which should be in the creature search engine. There we go. Replace all this clunky code with this. Same with vehicles. I want to... No, I don't just want to move that one line. I want... There we go. Okay, replace this with that. And we still need to add the function. Scroll down. Here we go. Same with vehicles. Scroll down. Right, oh, scroll too much. And yes, we still need to add the physical to... Wait a second. Oh no, that is correct that way. Okay. Wait, there. No, that's not. Wait, oh wait, I'm in the creature. I wonder. That's... There we go. We gotta add these to the upgrade variables. All right. Now the question is, do I want to do something else? We've been... I mean, it's just 1 hour and 20 minutes we've been streaming. Maybe I should try to do a bit more. But on the other hand, I need to use the restroom. Do I? Yeah. I mean, the other stuff that I would need to program would probably be harder. Yep. You know what? I'm just updating the vehicle sheet and the yeah, I'm just opening the creature builder and the vehicle builder, and then I think I'll call it a day. Programming is complex stuff. Plus, I do have to prepare the stream for tomorrow, Ishanekon Arena. Still got to make some creatures for that one. So yeah. Just double checking that. Yeah. Save. And feature builder. Making sure that still, yes, save. All right. Then I think I'm done with the programming stream for today. It was nice streaming again. Thank you for everyone joining the stream. And you, Carl, make stuff. Thank you very much for all your advice. And yeah, everyone, see you around tomorrow. There will be the Ishanekon Arena stream. The next one, it will be in like an Australian friendly time slot because the special guest is Mordecai. So for all of you watching from the American continent, it's gonna be kind of in the middle of the night for you. But hey, if you live in like Europe, Asia, Africa, or Australia, feel free to join in tomorrow. See you around, everyone. Bye.